three, I want you to shout out which race you think is the worst. All right? Okay? No, don't worry. We'll all do it together. I'll join in. Of course, I'll join in. Right? Don't worry. This is a comedy show. This is a safe space. We ask you to put your phones away for this moment right now. Now's the time to let it out. This is it. Don't bottle up and go crazy outside. Let's let it out now. Let the demons out now. All right? Okay? You don't even have to be specific. Okay? Just shout a color. Okay? Guys, we all know what the answer is going to be. Who are we fooling you? All right? Okay, on three. Worst race on three, okay? 1. This is happening! Whether you join in or not, you might as well say something. Even if you don't believe it, just as a creative exercise. Just lay it out. It's like speaking in tongues. Just go. All right, okay, on 3. Okay, worst race on 3. All right? Okay, 1, worst race. 2, 3. If you said anything, you're the worst 10% of your race.
Let me tell you something about deaf people. And I know this shit secondhand. If a person's been deaf their whole life, from day one to now, their life is just as normal as yours and ours. Because they have nothing to compare it to. So to them, being deaf is the equivalent to us hearing things. The only time they know something is off is when we start with them. And women are the worst at this shit. Because women will walk up to a deaf guy, oh, well, that's sad. Oh, look, poor guy, he's deaf. And the deaf guy doesn't know what's happening. Like, what happened? There's something on my shirt. I was in Bangkok. You know what's funny about Bangkok? It doesn't matter how old you get. When you hear Bangkok, you'll giggle every time. 42 years old, I'm like, Bangkok. Because you start thinking about the origin of names, right? And you start trying to figure out how they came up with that name, like they were having a meeting in Thailand. They were like, we need a name for the city. Okay, quick lunch break, we come back. Oh! What happened? Bangkok! Indian people are fully aware of what their accent sounds like. We don't actually need you. We know exactly what it sounds like. We know it's not the coolest accent in the world, you know? You're never going to see 2 Indian guys in a club standing around going, hey man, aren't we cool? Don't we sound really hip? We are going to meet all the bitches tonight. I'm pimping.
Some friends of mine were sued in college for property damage, and they were guilty. And the lawsuit dragged on for years and years. And eventually, I got a call when I was 28 years old. And it was my friend from college. He said, hey, that lawsuit with my neighbor is still dragging on. And my neighbor just subpoenaed all my emails from college that mention him or the lawsuit. And I said, well, that's crazy, but why are you calling me? And he said, because you should be concerned. And I have an email here from junior year where I wrote, hey guys, I'm going to miss practice tonight because I have to meet with my neighbor about that lawsuit thing. And you replied, hey, do you want me to kill that guy for you? Sounds like he sucks, and I will totally kill that guy for you. Okay, see you at improv practice. Of all the sentences in that email I would be ashamed to have read out loud in a court of law, I think the top one is see you at improv practice.
Young girls, y'all need to hang around nothing but Tina Turners, older women. From Hallville, Tina Turners and Betty Wrights. Older women know how to ask you for some money. Young women don't know how to ask you for no money after they engage some coochie. Older women know how to ask for that money. This is how older women ask for some money. I was wondering, since we spent a couple hours together, it seemed like you enjoyed yourself. If you have it on your heart to do something nice for me so I can get my nails and my toes done and a few other things. How you gonna tell this motherfucker no? She didn't say shit like this. This is how young girls ask for some money. You still gonna do what you said you're gonna do, OG? I gotta give you $200 and take an antibiotic. Bitch, don't come back. I don't give a fuck.
as gay people, sometimes when we're traveling, we have to do this thing called code switching, which basically means that when I'm in a red state, I start talking down here. I start talking down here, I start walking like a straight guy, it's very, very rigid, very teeny tiny steps. It's very gay to get anywhere on time, But I will never lie about my sexuality. I will never lie about being gay. Never again. No. I spent too long in the closet. I will not lie about my sexuality unless my Uber driver looks at me a little funny, in which case, yeah, I do have a girlfriend. Her name is Jessica. She grooms dogs, and I love to kiss her. Basically used my theater degree to perform a one-man show called Toxic Masculinity for Ron,
I think we treated Joe Biden like shit. Like, people just treated Joe Biden like absolute trash, and for what? Nothing. The man just got old. That's literally all he's guilty of. He got old. And people, they're like, oh my God, have you seen Joe Biden these days? He's so old. You're like, yeah. That's what happens. You get older as a person. I can't believe how old he is. I'm like, when you voted for him, it's not like he was 20. People make it seem like he pulled like a magic trick and then all of a sudden flipped into an old man. He came in as an old man, and then now he was a slightly older man, and people are like, oh my God, I can't believe him. Why does he think he can be president? Because you told him he could. People were so to Joe Biden. Then they were just like pulling at strings. I mean, like, God, you see the other day he forgot. He like forgot where he was. He said the wrong city. He said Waterdam. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, people do that all the time, especially when you're older. Yeah, because think of it this way. It's not even about like old as in your brain is like, is degrading. Think about how much information you have consumed by that point in your life. Think about how many names you've heard, how many places you've been, how many stories. Of course some things are going to get jumbled up. It's like, yeah, the person's old. He's just old. That's all Joe Biden is. He's old. You'd be like, yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. It's not that. My grandmother, my grandfather, they would forget or switch my name with my siblings' names all the time. I'm sure you had that. Right? Just like my grandmother, sometimes she'd be like, Andrew. And I'll be like, no, Trevor. And she'd be like, Yeah, when she did that, there was no point where I was like, she needs to step down. She's not fit to be my grandmother anymore.
I was at Aretha Franklin's funeral like that. Yeah, I have to live with that, you know what I mean? She'll never know, but still, it's not the point, you know what I mean? If she was there, she would probably be like, hey, who are you and what the are you doing at my funeral? You know, I don't know. It's embarrassing. I was so high, I thought it'd be a good idea to go up to her family and go, hey, I'm just here to pay my RESPECTs.
Procrastinator, man, it's really bad. It's a problem, you know? Like, I haven't even finished writing this joke yet. It's so severe, man. It's so severe. I'm worried that eventually my bucket list is just gonna be a bunch of errands I haven't run yet. How sad would that be if my doctor was like, hey, man, you got a few months left to live? I'd be like, dang, I gotta hurry up and frame these photos. I've been living with bare walls like I'm an assassin. I always pack a book, you know, when I'm on tour, afternoon at the beach, a picnic. I always bring a book. I just don't read it. I'm not well-read, but my books are well-traveled. It's nice to be my books. I'll show you the world, girl.
Travel a lot. I'm constantly going through security, always behind that person that's never left their house before. They always want to ask me questions like, can I bring soup on the plane? It's homemade soup. I'm like, you should ask them. For an ID, can I use a fishing license? You should. Should I take off my shoes and my pants? Yes, you should. Airport security is annoying. It's nothing compared to international travel, like going through customs and immigration. That's so intense. They dress like SWAT team members. I always get so nervous. I'm like, do I have heroin on me? I don't even know what heroin looks like, but I might have accidentally packed some. There's that mini interview with the customs agent. What do you plan to do in that country? Murder people. You got me. I wasn't ready for your trick questions. I always feel like an idiot when I travel internationally. Some of it is I don't know the metric system. It's not like I wasn't exposed to it. When I was growing up, they're like, learn the metric system. Everyone learn the metric system. Big switch coming up. And then 10 years later, they're like, never mind. It's too hard. It's based on tens. Let's go buy an SUV. So now I can't ask a distance when I visit another country. I'm like, how far is that? They're like, that's 500 kilometers. I'm not in the Olympics. This isn't a James Bond film. What's it in normal speak?